You have arrived in the space between moments, the space where change is not only possible, but inevitable. This is not just a meditation, it is a portal, a key, a quantum command whispered from your higher self right into your now. So breathe, and just like that, let the air move through you like liquid light. This breath is the bridge between timelines, and with every exhale, you release the version of you that was still trying to hold it all together, still trying to be strong by not feeling. But in this bay, strength looks different. Strength is softness, and power is presence. Your next quantum leap begins by feeling what you were once taught to suppress. So allow me to guide you through this beautiful, beautiful time. And let us begin with truth. I know that anger is nothing but unspoken hurt. A scream unsung, a whisper that was never held. And the more you listen, truly listen, the more you begin to remember. Every flame of rage once began as a flicker of pain, a small voice that simply says, "That hurt me." And no one ever taught me how to say it, how to hold it, how to name it without shame. But that ends now. I know that anger is never the root. It is the signal of a buried wounds and my deeper truth. And those who appear angry are simply aching souls who never learned how to say, that hurt me. But not me now, because with every breath, I awake a deep, compelling, sacred, and divine desire to express my hurt. It rises from my chest like a secret truth, and I find it so natural, so effortless, so right, to say words that I was never taught how to speak. That hurt me. I was hurt when. I felt sad when. And those words spill like honey from my mouth. The tight grip of anger melts into mist, and I am becoming a master now. A ruler of my own emotional truth, one who names my feelings and watches them dissolve like mist at sunrise. I am no longer afraid to feel. I'm very open and willing to express. I'm eager to express. My feelings are sacred, and I honor them like stars in the night sky. Each one shining to guide me back home to myself. And every day, I practice what I call the straight A of emotional alchemy. Awareness, acceptance, articulation. I am aware of my emotion, even the messy ones, the stormy ones, the secret ones. I accept them fully, without shame or judgment, and everybody loves that. And then with grace and softness and sovereignty, I articulate. I feel. Today, I'm noticing a tender irritation. Something inside me feels overlooked, unseen, and forgotten. And in the naming, I reclaim my peace. basking in my truth. My emotions are like a choir of inner children who just want to be noticed, and they got all the attention they need, all the love they need. Once I make eye contact with them, once I listen without needing to fix, they exhale, they soften, they release into the most beautiful and surprising gift. I feel my feeling until they no longer ask to be felt. I feel them until they are free, and I love them until they are loved. That is my medicine. That is my magic. And that is my power. Anger is not bad. Anger is sacred. But only when it has a voice, and I know that. Anger unfolds very naturally and gracefully for me. It is always met with compassion. It is always met with gentleness, guided back to the ache beneath. It is always respected, the deeper truth beneath it. So as I breathe now and scan my luminous body, I know if there is any old and unspoken hurt lingers. I go through my eyes. I feel even a curl in my stomach, a little knot in my shoulder, a bit of a burden on my back. I'm very connected to my feelings, and I'm very connected to my body. It is my safe haven. And every time I notice a little knots somewhere in my field, I just say out loud with all the love in the world, I was hurt when I got hurt by that moment. Touch a tender place in me. There is this thing that I'm aware of, and I notice how it happens. I notice how it seamlessly shifts, and I notice how my body always signs with relief and compassion and love. I am that one who owns her emotions with elegance. I am a goddess who speaks her truth without shame. I am a being of light who no longer carries what isn't hers to hold. And I'm always ready to hear my hurt, and so are the worlds. I can whisper it into myself, into the quiet sanctuary of my own being, in the mirror, in the journal, in a breath, in a prayer, all with just a thought, just a simple intent. And as I do it again and again, I become a master. I'm so good at expressing my emotions with grace. I am so good with acknowledging my truth and sharing my truth. I'm a world expert at sharing my truth. It has been witnessed. It has been loved. My hurt and deeper self-expression no longer turns to anger because it is always acknowledged. I no longer need to erupt. In fact, I never erupt. I never swallow my truth. I'm a soft thunder, a gentle revolution, and a woman in her power. I'm building a new wave being, and the one where my feelings never control me, they guide me. They are my biggest allies. They are my superpower. My truth is safe. My softness is my strength. And as I sink, float deeper, sink like a pearl into the bottom of the sea, that's how I always feel. Like a pearl sinking back home to the bottom of the sea. Feel myself wise, light, and clear. That is my default state. Anger is a visitor from another time, just like all other emotions. I'm beyond that. I breathe, I speak, I rise, I feel my feeling at its full range. But then I rise, and I give the world the permission to do the same. I feel with every cell of my body the reality where I don't identify with angers or any specific emotions because I know how to alchemize it. I know how to move through the world with grounded compassion, radiant peace, and sacred authority. I am safe. I am seen, I'm sacred, and I'm free. I'm simply always where I'm meant to be, for now and for forever. It's magical. It's beautiful. I know how my heart feels. And every time when I thought I was going to lose it, that is the moment when everything shifted. That is the moment when we all seem to just magically let go. And something in my mind shifted. And the world looks at me with the warmest eyes I've ever seen, as I looked into my truth with the warmest eyes that I have ever seen. I treat my emotions with true compassion and understanding. And everything landed. I find myself completely transformed in the process. And all I feel and all I know is love.